That is so fantastic.
Yes. Well, I had gained some weight from the last challenge because I kind of went off of the keto program that I was on. And so I said, oh man, now I'm going to have to start, but at least I wasn't 265 when I started in 2015. So that's good. But I started this year under 200 pounds. So, but I started this year at 194. So I'm now down to 186 and a quarter. So I'm
super
like,
great.
Yes.
That is so awesome. I love how you're doing like the quarters. I just say, listen, I'm down this much, and I always I always say like a little less. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. So I think that is so awesome. And as you were talking, I was thinking, this is all a journey. It's not like, oh, it's going to happen overnight, and
no.
it's a journey. I love that you're hanging in there and you're continuing to lose and to feel good about it. And, I think that's so awesome. This is so exciting.
Yes. So I was telling Paul that I was so excited about you guys starting the Kickstart that I started halfway through the first group. And during that time period from when ours started, it was 4 1/4 loss, and then from when group 2 started, then it's 0.75. So I have a total of 5 pounds I lost. So it's like, woohoo!
Oh, that is so awesome! Congratulations!
Thank you.
Really, really great. Really, really great. Super, super. So today is day 4 for group 2. So those of you that have a drink and are on the East Coast, let's have a little drink here at 11 a.m.
Here we go.
I know the last thing you want to do is have a drink of something here, but because we actually get to have some solid food today.
Yes.
Let's celebrate the small things in life.
Yes.
So let's start off. Let's see, Cheryl, you look like you're in a different vehicle today.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, am I ever not like running around? I'm thinking, I'm never still ever. Okay, Paul, I have to tell you the funniest thing ever that happened today. Now, this is hilarious to me. Okay, so I'm at the gym.
This will be good.
Okay, so if you guys think that nothing can go wrong or nothing ever goes wrong, or I don't even know how I did this. So, oh my gosh, I'm on the treadmill. I have my hair pulled back in a ponytail like I always do. And I have in my AirPods. So I have in my AirPods and I'm just all excited. And you guys, I swear to you, and I'm fast walking. So I'm walking like at 4.0, I'm just getting started. And I have no idea what I do, but obviously I went to put my hair behind my ears at the same time on both ears, and I flipped the AirPods out of my ears, and they went flying in the gym. You guys, I have no idea. One almost hit this girl, and another one like hit the treadmill and flew off the back. And I am like, what on earth just happened? And then I thought, I bet you I could never in my life do that again, ever. Like that would never happen. And then I just thought to myself, well, and I learned on the Keto90 Kickstart that we can do hard things. And believe me, that was a hard thing.
Well, I got great news for you, Cheryl. The AirPod Pros, I just got a notification, will be at your house tomorrow, the 24th.
Thank goodness. I hope they can stay in my ears.
Yeah, they're
better.
smaller, so the chances of them being flicked out across the gym and hitting another human being will be reduced.
Hey, listen, that's the way I talk to people about doing a coffee shop interview with them. I hit them with my AirPods.
We all have different icebreaker ideas, and Cheryl's is just to hit people with their headphones.
Exactly.
The kind of training you get at Star School is like none other. that you will get anyplace else.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. We can come up with some great icebreakers for you guys.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I wanted to also tell you that I'm going to a closing today, so I'm gonna have to get off the call, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys got my report.
Well, we really appreciate you coming on, and congratulations again.
Okay, thank
Absolutely.
you.
Keep it up.
Thank you. And then from now on, it's the support calls on Monday at 12, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and don't forget to tell everybody about your wonderful success and tell them about your story and have them join us. We would love it.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Okay, have a great day.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Who else has some great news on day 4 here that they've completed their 3-day liquid fast and have some great results to report?
Good morning. This is Talitha. I have great news.
Let's hear it. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. I'm so excited. I just weighed myself this morning. Yesterday I did the ketones test, and I was at a 4.0. So my body was in ketosis yesterday. And then this morning when I weighed myself, it was 138.8. I started off at 143 on Monday morning. So I've lost 4 pounds.
That's wonderful.
Yay.
Now, have you tested your ketones at all?
She did. She said she did.
Oh,
Yes,
I missed the number. What was the number on that again?
Yeah, I tested it yesterday. It was 4.0.
Oh, wow, that's high. That's great.
Yes.
Boy, we're slamming people in ketosis, Cheryl.
Yes.
That is the best thing about it. Slam your body into ketosis. And the thing I love about it is you guys start really paying attention because you are going to be able to feel that. You're going to be able to feel it. You're going to be able to feel your body burning your fat. It's unbelievable. It's an incredible feeling.
It really is. You know, and I cannot believe how high these numbers are for not only weight loss, but for the ketone levels. All right, Marianne, we'll see you in a little bit. Love you.
Yes, love you,
you.
Marianne.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
So my little meter doesn't show that I'm that deep into ketosis, but I'm still, I mean, just in the last 3 days, I've lost another 5 inches.
Listen, Becca, you need to step it up, okay?
I know.
Listen,
It's ridiculous.
I need to touch Becca so I can start losing more inches. Gracious, you need to rub it off on me, girl. Wow.
Yeah, so I thought that was a blood thing you had?
No, I got one of the breathalyzers. So this.
Oh, so you
Little
think yours is better
breathalyzer.
than mine? I see how we roll here.
I'll tell
Listen,
you
I
what,
need to
it
get
was
one of
more than
those.
$20. It was more than $20.
Mine was $40.
I thought you said it was
Okay.
20, Paul.
Well, I was
See?
off by 20.
Oh,
Yeah,
I said it was 20 times 2.
oh, you
Right,
did not say
right.
that. Oh my gosh.
sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
Cheryl and I heard you.
Yeah.
But my
Everything's 20 bucks.
my ketone strips just weren't coming off of anything.
Mine aren't
And-
at all. Becca, I have the same problem. I've never in my whole life, even when I've lost all this weight and all these inches, mine's never gotten above the 0.
Yeah, mine never changed colors. So I decided instead of getting another little canister, which I've seen, I think Marianne's or somebody's, their strips actually reading high. And I'm like, I wish mine would change colors.
Yeah.
So I decided to get the breathalyzer and try that. And my highest so far has been 1.9.
Good.
So
Cheryl, we got to buy you one of these.
Yeah.
Okay, that means, I know what you're saying, Paul. Not Cheryl, we've got to buy you one of these. That Cheryl, get your bum in gear and get out there and buy yourself a breathalyzer.
You know
I
how
know what that means,
you
Paul.
do notice how I word things, though.
What?
You do realize how I word things, though.
Of course I do.
It's the salesman in me there.
Yeah, I like how it's always we. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who else has got some great news this morning? Peggy, welcome. Everybody's driving. Jeez.
Yes, I was just at a meeting at Duke, so I just got done.
Awesome.
Wait,
Who
I
else
have to
has some
say,
great
Peggy,
weight loss stories for us here?
Oh my gosh, I just ran into someone. I don't know if there's a Jennifer Ruff on the line. Is there? I don't know.
There's a bunch of people with phone numbers. I'm not sure who they are.
Okay. Well, she did really awesome. She lost, I'm not sure she lost 8. I know, yeah, I think she lost 8. And also, another woman that probably is not on the line, she also lost 8. And another person lost 3.
Wow. That's really great.
Yeah, it's like, and I'm not sure why the person, I just saw the person, she's at work right now. She lost 3 and she was not in ketosis, but I told her not to get crazy about it. Just keep doing what she's doing. But she was disappointed it was only 3.
Well, that's great. I mean, 3 pounds is fantastic. And,
I think 3 pounds in 3 days is great.
Yeah. So, but see what, did she say she's following everything perfect? Just shakes?
Yeah, I reviewed everything with her, and she's going by the book. I told her, like pickle juice and all that other stuff. But yeah, she's been pretty realistic.
Okay, good. Good. Okay, who else has any good news?
I'm down to 8 pounds.
That's fantastic. I'm assuming you're following the cubes now?
I am, yes.
And how's that going? Tell me what your 4 meals are per day usually.
Well, it varies a lot, and I am using a tracker to help keep me even for the day. I've made like a tuna salad with sour cream. Sometimes I've been, eating some cheddar in that during the day. I found a recipe for fathead pizza. So I'm eating a variety of things. I'm eating some spinach with butter. Sometimes I have fish that's done in just a little bit of almond meal, which tastes delicious as a coating.
Now, are you able to keep these meals at 300 calories and have those same percentages?
Pretty close. It varies a little bit, but I do stay pretty close.
Excellent. Well, I mean, you lost 8 pounds, so whatever you're doing, don't stop. Very, very good. Okay, so Cheryl, we have some day 4. So today you're moving into the keto cubes, and we recommend doing probably only 2 solid meals today, 1 or 2, because we're kind of like reintroducing food, and so it's a little bit of a transition day here. And then tomorrow you can do 2 or 3, and then ongoing it should be a maximum of 3. We really still recommend doing 1 shake every day at least, and preferably if it can be the last meal of the day, the 6:30 that would be ideal. We see the most weight loss with people doing the shake at 6:30, and then fasting until 11 a.m. your time. That seems to be the magic formula. I've lost 5 in 3 days in ketosis. Can't talk. I'm in the house. Oh, everyone's in the house asleep. Okay. Thanks, Karen. Congratulations on that. Okay, great. So moving on to today's lesson, we didn't get to we want to talk about worms, which is Cheryl's favorite topic.
Oh my gosh. Well, it really is. And the thing I like about this, and Paul, tell me can you still hear me?
Sure can.
Okay, because I think that I'm going to go
Through the black hole. Yes, that you are now in the black hole. Okay, we lost you.
for a minute.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to lose Cheryl for a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and start the worm.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my gosh, I really like that. Okay, so I would. Oh my gosh, of course. The minute that I'm supposed to start talking is the minute that I start going through the bad black hole. Okay, you guys, I'm super excited about this. And I want you to think about it. And just like Paul said, it's the worm. And I love the worm. And it has everything to do with feeding the correct wolf. Oh my gosh. Paul, okay, you're making me laugh. Okay, so we can either feed the wolf of courage or the wolf of fear. And the reason why I'm laughing is because Paul doesn't like to say the wolf of fear. He likes to say the poodle of fear. No, not the poodle of fear, because when you have fear, it feels much bigger than a stupid poodle. Oh my gosh, not stupid, but a little cute poodle. So I don't know
if you've ever seen the movie Anchorman, but what they do in part of the movie is they switch the words on the teleprompter. So,
oh my gosh, that's so funny.
So he reads the wrong words, you know?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So I switched the notes on Cheryl and she gets all...
I'm like, what are you talking about, the poodle of fear? Okay, so you guys, look at it like this. It's the wolf of courage or the wolf of fear. And think about that. And it really does depend on which one you feed. So, and just think about that. That's true in every single situation in our lives. You have to feed the wolf of courage. And I love the word courage. So let's talk a little bit about how we feed that wolf of courage. And we do it with worm, WIRM. And I know you're thinking, Cheryl, I know you're not a very good speller, but you do not spell worm like that. But we do spell worm like that. So let's talk about the W. The W is witness the negative thoughts. You guys, we're thinking something, right? We know that all the time. And I used to think, oh, I'm not thinking anything. Yes, you are. And you have to become aware of what you're thinking. And you have to become aware that you're thinking negative thoughts. If you're not thinking positive thoughts consciously, then please beware, because you are probably thinking negative thoughts. Paul, do you think that's right? Can I say that? And that's pretty close, right?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's watched Unsinkable. Becca, I know you did. Do you remember the percentage they say in the movie? Is it 95% of your thoughts are negative throughout the day, or it's some?
Yeah, it was in the 90s. I can't remember if it was 90 or 95, but
yeah, I think it's 95% of our thoughts are negative. So it's a crazy high number.
Wow. And you guys, I used to always think, well, I'm just not thinking any thoughts. I'm not thinking anything. I don't really think. No, it's just I was absolutely thinking things, and so are you. But I think we're just not aware of it. So we need to become aware of those negative thoughts that we're thinking. And then we need to, the I stands for interrupt the pattern. You guys, we've got to interrupt that pattern. And Paul, what's one of your favorite ways to interrupt the pattern?
Well, so I believe for me, it's interrupting the pattern means being able to put the brakes on, to stop yourself from going to Negativeville. Because I'm okay. And then like one thought comes in your head, and then another thought, and then another thought, and all of a sudden you're on this slope all the way down to Negativeville. So the key is to build a muscle in your mind that's able to stop you from that downward slope or the downward spiral. And I really believe that muscle is built through meditation, where you can silence your mind. So, and this is something Cheryl loves to do, is work on meditation to get her mind completely empty and to relax and to be able to
Yes.
not think about 1,000 things at one time.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it's a difficult thing to do, but every day I do at least 15 to 30 minutes of meditation and it takes time to work on this, to get your mind to be at peace, where there's no thoughts coming in and you get back to center. And when you can achieve that, when you build that muscle and that ability to do that, then at any time when you witness these negative thoughts coming in your mind, you can say stop. And once you were able to say stop and really stop those thoughts, what do we do next, Cheryl?
Well, the R in WORM stands for redirect to your desired results. So we've got witness the negative thoughts, then we've got to interrupt them. So we've got to interrupt the pattern, and then we've got to redirect to something. Because just interrupting, we found, it's not everything, right? You can interrupt them, but then where do you go? Your mind has got to do something else. And that's when we redirect to your desired results. So you have to remember the results that you want. You have to, you've got to do your I ams. I really am loving these affirmations. So a lot of times I redirect to the affirmations, and then I read my result every time, and that's really making a huge difference, Paul.
It is. So when I slam on the brakes and I silence my mind from those negative thoughts, I go back to the result. So that was the day one thing that we talked about, was knowing exactly the weight I want to weigh. So your homework assignment over these past 3 days was to write out 50 times a day, I weigh blank. So you're going back to that result, and you're like, oh yeah, I weigh that. And I feel great because I weigh that, whatever that number is, which was your goal weight. And then after you are able to, witness those negative thoughts, interrupt them through the ability to stop your thoughts and then redirect them. What's the final thing, Cheryl, that we're going to talk about?
Yeah, it's the big M, you guys. And this is one of my favorite things, and it's mantra. You've got to have a mantra. So you're going to maintain your new mental state. So that good state that you've gotten yourself into by looking at your results, you've got to maintain that new mental state with a mantra. And Paul, mantras are my favorite things. Like, I love mantras. I love them. And I think I just think they're so cool. So we have got a few mantras for you guys that you can pick, and then you can go from there. So one of my favorite mantras is I'm strong, I'm beautiful, I'm kind, I'm loved. So I kind of changed a little bit, but I'm strong, I'm beautiful, I'm kind, I'm loved. I'm strong, I'm beautiful, I'm kind, I'm loved. So just like that, and I just say it over and over and over and over. And you guys will be really surprised about how, once you start training your mind to do this, I found it fascinating, Paul, that whenever I start thinking a negative thought now, I automatically go to, I'm strong, I'm kind, I'm beautiful. I'm strong, I'm kind, I'm beautiful. And I just automatically go to that because I've done it over and over and over and over, since the first of the year. And it's fascinating to me. And then it kind of not shocks, but you're like, oh yeah, that's right. No negative thoughts. And then I go, because, you keep having them, Paul. It's not like all of a sudden, oh, I don't have any more negative thoughts. No, but it's us training ourselves what to do when we have them. And that's what's making all the difference for me.
Yeah. So it's by saying these mantras, we are maintaining. So now that we got that, we redirected back to the results we want. we got to figure out a way to maintain this new mental state so those negative thoughts don't come in as quickly. Actually, it would be great if they never came in. But the more and more and more you do these mantras, the less and less you're going to experience, have to witness negative thoughts and stop them and then redirect them, So you're going to do that for a while, but hopefully if you do the mantras and affirmations enough, you will have way less negative thoughts and have to do this worm thing less and less and less. Now, my mantra is simply, I am sexy. I mean, that's all I say to myself all day long.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I keep reminding myself of that. And that it really works. No, I'm just joking. But we have, so we have a bunch of good ones. Actually, Jill's not on the call, but she just posted some awesome ones this morning that she uses that she found. We'll go over those too. Actually, let me just whip that up. I'm going to pull up the, so if you go on the Facebook page, our Facebook group, which is Kickstart 90, Keto90 Kickstart. Wow. Facebook group. The positive affirmations that Jill posted is, now what's the difference between an affirmation and a mantra?
Wait, did I tell you what that was? No, I don't know if there's anything different, but to me, the difference is the affirmations start with I am, and the mantras and actually the mantras are something that I've memorized over and over and over. The affirmations, I have different ones throughout. So I think that the mantra for me stops something. Like it stops me from those negative thoughts. It kind of, and I say shock. It's not shock, but it reminds me that I'm having a negative thought, and the I ams I just do so that I remind myself of really who I am and who I believe I am. And if you don't believe that, like I remember when I very first did an affirmation, I was like, okay, oh my gosh, I hope no one's listening to me, right? Because I just thought it was so weird. But now I love them, and it just reaffirms the subconscious, right? I mean, that's what that does. That's what affirmations do. But for the mantra, it's something that I use specifically, and it's the same every single time to stop the bad thought. So I think that's the difference for me.
Okay, so you actually use a mantra to do the interrupt too.
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So like a mantra would be, my body grows stronger every day. That's not an I am statement. It's just, we call that a mantra.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. So one was, and I know Rebecca's, typing those. So yeah, my body grows stronger every day. I nourish my body with healthy choices. These are the ones that Jill posted. Every cell in my body is thriving. I love that one. So then I guess, Cheryl, an affirmation would be, I am grateful for my health, strength, and vitality. So I'm grateful for my health, strength, and vitality. That would be an affirmation. So excellent.
I don't think that's an affirmation to me.
I am grateful. No, I think that's more of a mantra, because I think that an affirmation to me, now everyone's different, right? So you guys can say it however you want. But an affirmation for me is I am, and then just a word, right? Not I am grateful for this or this, like because that's a list of what you're grateful for to me, or that's more of a mantra. But an I am, to me, is just one short word that I say. So I don't know, but it's everyone's different. So you guys can, and I'm not even sure, Paul, does it really matter? Right? I mean, I'm going to have to, I'm going to go Google this after this call and find out for sure the difference between the two. Because whenever I have a question, I either go to my upline or I go to Google. So more times than not, I go to my upline because she's the all-knowing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you do.
The all-knowing wizard. All right.
Yeah.
What other great mantras do people use? I'd like to hear from all of you if you have something that you love to say to yourself that moves you. And we're going to post a bunch in the group, and we'd love to have you pick one, or just one, or combine a couple? And then,
I control food.
What's that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, I control food. It does not control me.
That's a good one.
I like that one.
I'm going to post them all in here too. My favorite, the one that's I think made the biggest difference in my life, is I stop eating when I am full, not when my plate is empty. Because I was raised just like I'm sure a lot of you, where my parents were like, "You're not leaving the table, you're not getting dessert," which is even worse yet, until you finish your meal, you know, until you finish your plate. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of full then. So now I got it in my brain, I'm wired that you don't leave the table unless your plate is empty. And that's really bad if you're at a restaurant, because food usually tastes super good and I finish it all. And that's like 1,500 calories I just ate. So no wonders I made it to 285.
Right.
So that is not a good mindset that you should, you know, eat until your plate's full or plate's empty. Anybody else? So I've posted a bunch here. You can check the chat. Anybody have one that really catches them? Becca's, what's your favorite mantra?
I have a trim, strong, healthy body.
Nice. I like that.
Eating will not fix my problems. So I like both of those.
Eating will not fix my problems. That's good. A lot of people turn to food when they got problems.
I've been guilty of that.
Yep, a lot of people are. So if that's your big thing, then that's the mantra you should use. Anybody else have a mantra that they like? Cheryl's sending me the difference between affirmations and mantras. Cheryl, why don't you come on and teach us a class on the difference between mantras and affirmations?
Very funny, Paul. No, it's really just the way that you use it, which is kind of what we were saying, right? So it's up to you, and I think it's whatever rolls along, because I love to have like little, you know, mantras to me, like I already said, something that you can use to break something, stop it, right? I mean, so that's how I use mantra.
Well, mantras are sacred. I like that.
I do too.
Affirmations are motivational.
Mm-hmm.
So the question, So I like them both. I've actually, to be honest with you, I've never really used mantras, but I'm liking the mantras even maybe sometimes better than the affirmations. Because sometimes you say, I am this, and then your mind's like, no, you're not. You know, so your mind kind of comes in and, you know, that subconscious mind does it until you do it a lot, and then you do start believing it. But with a mantra, you're not using the I am. You're saying like, you know, I have a trim, strong, healthy body, or you know, that mantra that I use, that I stop eating when I'm full, not when my plate is empty. So that's just a saying that I say over and over and over again, and it really has worked. I've seen myself out at places and when I'm eating, and I literally remember that as soon as I get full. I'm like, wait, I remember that mantra. And I've stopped eating. I've actually caught myself like 3 or 4 times already since I started using it. It's just been like a week or two, where I could have kept eating, but I didn't. Great. So that's our lesson for today, the worm. So, you know, I know no one's going to forget that, for sure, because it's different. But that really is a great trick for that. And really the thing that Cheryl and I are most passionate about. So we gotta have the result. Everyone has to have that. You have to have the reasons why. That's super important. The more reasons you have, the more chances you are at sticking to this, because this has to be the last program you're following. You know, this is a lifestyle here. So we got the results we want. We got the purpose, the reason why we want this. We got the thoughts. So we got these new mantras going on now in our mind. that this is my new mindset. And that's super, super important. But the last piece, what's going to drive you to success long-term, is your emotions. And it's got to be something that you just decide right here, right now, that I'm going to be excited. I'm going to live in this. So there's like, 4 quadrants of emotions. There's this high negative. We meet people that are like jerks. They're just, we all know high negative people. Like we don't want to be around them. They like suck all the energy out of us. And it's just not a place where you want to be. And then there's low negative, where you're just depressed. The person's just depressed all the time, and they're kind of low, and they're just dragging along. And, we all know people that are in that low negative energy quadrant. And then there's the high positive quadrant. And Cheryl and I call that the zest quadrant. Okay, it's our new favorite word, is zest. So it's just living life with a lot of zest. You got a lot of love inside of you. You got a lot of joy. You got a lot of peace. You got a lot of passion. So it's all high positive. And then there's times where you need to turn that switch off and then go into low positive, where you're meditating and you're relaxing in the evening and winding down and getting ready for, to have some restful sleep. So it's important to manage those quadrants that you find yourself in and really worm that too. Witness that, oh, I'm in the wrong quadrant, emotional energy wise. And interrupt that pattern by saying, I need, right now I need to be in that high positive quadrant. Or maybe you're in the evening and you need to be in that low positive, where you're just winding down and relaxing and recharging yourself to be ready for the next day. So that's super important, to recognize which energy quadrant you're in and have the ability to switch it and get into the quadrant that you want to be in. And, I have to tell you that a big part of the success that Cheryl and I have, yes, we know scripts and we know all these other things, but it's this concept of emotional energy that will make or break you. If you don't get this emotion thing right, you have no chance of being successful long-term. And it has to come from a place where you're not in the high positive quadrant for a reason. So your mind's like, well, I don't have a reason to be in the high positive, so I'm going to go to the high negative. Well, what's your reason for being in the high negative? Well, I don't have one. Okay, well, why did you pick that quadrant then? I don't know. I just had no reason to be in high positive. You see the sense in that? There's none. I ask people in the low negative, well, why are you in that low negative, quadrant? I don't know. Just where I am, where I live. I live down in this bottom corner over here. They don't even have a reason for it. So you got to realize that there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. So you got to be there already. You're like, Paul, why are you so excited all the time? I don't know. I have no reason. And you have to program yourself and wire your central nervous system for that. That is just my home, this upper right-hand quadrant. From 5 a.m. to 5 p.m., I'm in high positive. And then, you can only be there for so many hours. So I'm there for like 12 hours a day. And then when the evening comes, I'm backing it down a little bit. I got some things that I put in place where, I'm winding things down, and I'm having a ritual, different rituals that I do every single day that help my body slowly but surely back down into that low positive, where I can now recharge myself and be ready for another 12-hour burst the next day. And we'll talk more about that. But this is, Cheryl, I don't know if you want to come on and comment at all about emotions and how critical they are for losing weight or being successful in your business.
Yeah, it is super important. I mean, if you're not, and that's just it. People will be, I think, attracted to you, to work with you, to be in your life. Oh, Justice. And if you have high energy, and I was just thinking, Paul, when you were saying that, that makes a lot more sense to me now when you say about the,
Emotional home.
you know, it's not about, well, yeah, emotional home, absolutely. But also it's not about, waiting to be happy when you have everything you think you want. And it really is that happiness is the way. And I think that is so important to remember and to think about, and to really think about that and use those mantras and use those affirmations to really make the difference and to get your, because I know a lot of people that do live in the lower quadrant, if you will. And guess what? That's a choice.
It is.
That's a choice. That's all it is. But I don't think they think it's a choice, right?
No, they don't. No.
So we need to remember that is a choice, and it's totally up to us.
Yeah, one of the most impactful things when I was talking with Tony Robbins, because all his clients have a lot of money, because it's expensive to hire him. So he said, you would think that all of my clients, being super rich, would all be high positive quadrant all the time. And he's like, the vast majority of all my clients are high negative. And you're like, well, how could that be? They all have tons of money. They're super successful. They got Tony Robbins as their coach. How could that possibly be? Because it makes no difference how much you weigh, how much money you make. Nothing matters. When you choose a home, a quadrant to live in, that's what you're going to be in. So no amount of weight loss, no amount of money, no amount of success, no amount of anything will move you from a quadrant to another one. It's just a conscious decision that, nope, I'm going to pick that quadrant to live in from now on. So he does all of his training to move people out of one quadrant to the other quadrant, because there's just, it's just programmed inside of them that I'm high negative. It's like my job to complain all day long about something. I'm looking for the bad. And it's just, they've literally been able to wire their mind that way over the years, probably since they were young, and they just have never changed. So this is super, super important, because you got to be, very aware of what quadrant you're in emotionally, or you won't be successful at this weight loss thing, this Keto90 thing. It's all emotions, and it's being in that high positive and saying, I'm going to do this. I can do this. And those thoughts are definitely going to help you stay in there, that place. But, and the reasons why you want to lose the weight should help you stay in that place too, that quadrant. But it's ultimately got to be just a conscious decision on your part to be in that quadrant all the time. So with that, we're going to jump off because we're supposed to be on the 1-star call 15 minutes ago. So thanks everyone for coming. If you have any questions, post them in the group. We will be back Monday at noon Eastern for a support call to see how things are going with you on your weekend of actually getting to eat solid food. So great job, everybody. Thanks for coming today, and we will talk to you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.